Hey there, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Look
Okay,
at your
are you ready?
shadow.
Stop.
Yeah.
Are you gonna stop moving? You're like all twisting.
Oh, okay.
Hey there, guys. Today we're gonna take a look at our second Bale wall section that we're gonna try here, and we're still trying to work out a few of the kinks. So we haven't shown every step in detail yet, but we will get to that in a future video because we've got a lot of these sections to do. And today one of the big things we're gonna talk about is a new solution for the top, for the gap problem that I described in our last video. So let's take a look at this.
It's genius. Hi, I'm Brian. So this is the north wall. Am I correct?
Correct.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
The north wall is getting its first bales. So this is exciting. He's got the mesh put on there.
Well, hey there.
Hey there.
Why don't I just come through the door?
What's happening?
Vampire steaks.
Whoa! I fell in a hole.
Careful.
All right. Ow.
What's that?
That chainsaw's pointed towards
It's not
you.
on. Or
You gotta mash a button,
you
huh?
have to press two things to get it to.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to just randomly start going. Unless there's a ghost around here or something.
Unless Leatherface shows up. Do you know who Leatherface is?
You?
Just in time for...
Good one.
I keep saying, yes, I am Leatherface.
Leather skin.
Leatherface is here. Hey, I thought you already... Oh, I was like, hey, you already put one in there. What are you doing? Oh, you already did this side?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Okay, so there's a steak in there.
I'm hungry.
Now I have to screw through this little side piece to hit that steak. So that's one of these. Bacon.
Big one.
So, hopefully, if I drill through here, I hit that steak. If you do that.
Well, you can move it around, right?
Oh, okay, great.
I'm so weak. I've got it with one finger.
Okay.
Ow.
That was really helpful.
This is what happens when you... Ow.
That was really helpful.
This is what happens when you... Ow.
Wow, that's not a door. Not a door.
Ow.
Just when I think you can't get any dumber.
Cut. Ow, did you see what I did? I just wanted to help. It was so much easier in SketchUp.
Oh, not too bad. Ooh, hey.
Nice.
Hey.
Do you still have to do vampire thing, vampire state again?
All of them. Well, I mean, all the edge ones. Yeah.
Right. So anywhere there's a door buck.
Yeah.
Got it. It's starting to sink in. Ah.
And now, because you see how this
Yes.
to do this,
Yes.
now it's time for rebar.
Rebar. Okay.
So the stakes will keep this bale, this section tied to this, and the rebar will keep each layer tied to the layer above and below it, so that hopefully there's less.
Is it like one long thing of rebar and you
No,
take?
it's pieces.
Okay.
Every 2 rows. So the first one will actually go down through these 2 and go into the ground a little bit. The first one's longer. Then after that, I really only needed to go through the 2 bales. But the first one, you want to go through 2 bales and into the ground.
You have straw all over you.
I bet I do.
Oh my gosh, I got it. It's in my mouth right now. It's gonna be everywhere. Yay, it's happening. It's really happening. We're really doing it.
I almost went to walk through there, but I can see that it's not a door.
I can't believe I headbutted that. That was pretty funny.
This bale was difficult by myself.
Oh, why didn't you holler?
Well, there's nothing you could have done unless you're 8 feet tall.
So apparently I failed to be out here while he was hammering that rebar in the top there. Sorry, I missed that. So it was very exciting. But I'm sure I'll get him doing some more as we go. What have you figured out? Have you figured something out about the top or whatever about the how you're gonna smash it?
So you see, can you show how the bales basically, and this header is even a little lower than that other header over there, the big French door one.
Yeah.
But you see how the bales basically only reach to the top of that header. So I talked about it in the last one. When we squeeze these down, that's going to be a problem because we can't cut off the bucks because the bales will be too short. So we were talking about using foam, either at the bottom or the top or wherever, to try and add a little bit of height to this, a couple inches of height to this wall, because I was seeing it as a problem of a couple of inches, because that's kind of how short. As a matter of fact, that wall over there I haven't really shown yet is actually squeezed. Right?
Oh, you haven't shown that?
No, I don't think so. So
I thought you did show it from the other side.
no, not with these straps
not with
on
the
it.
straps on. Okay.
So these straps go up over a box beam.
Yeah.
Again, that box beam's just a test. The reason it is so short is so it can fit in between these, because I knew I wanted to squeeze it down past the bucks. So I have squeezed this down, and it's really tight, and it has squeezed down. I think it's squeezed down about 2.5, 3 inches maybe. And I may not even be done yet, but I was just checking, and it does indeed put me below this header, which is a problem, right? Because now I can't just chop things off at this height.
Yes.
This header is taller than that. So that was the problem, and we talked about putting foam in there somewhere on, take that one apart and add some foam and do it everywhere else to essentially make the walls a little taller.
But now you think you've come up with a solution?
Yeah, so it was, Craig suggested it. You had probably suggested it. We had all thought about it, but again, the problem was that I was thinking of the problem in terms of this wall being just a couple inches too short, because of that's the lowest it can go is the top of that header, and that's how I was seeing the problem. I was saying, well, we have a problem of this much, 3-4 inches or whatever. Yeah, careful. Well, what the thing that Craig pointed out that I had kind of lost track of is, I don't really have to make that wall be as tall as that header. I can make it be as tall as these 8-foot bucks.
Right.
So my problem isn't really trying to make the wall this much taller. I could make it, almost like a foot taller. You know,
Yes.
there's not exactly a foot there, but once we squeeze it, there almost is, really. So that was what he pointed out. The reason, when the problem was this big, the problem is you can't cut a bale kind of this way and make it this short. You know, where would the strapping go and stuff like that? You can't make that bale. So that's why we had to look for something other than a bale as a solution. So when Craig pointed out that, well, don't think of your problem as trying to grow it this much. Try and grow it all the way up to the top of the bucks.
And then you won't even have to cut
And then you'll
them,
have 8 feet walls.
right?
No, you do.
You still have to.
Yeah, sure. But so obviously I can't put a full bale there, right? So actually one of the first suggestions was add another bale to the wall. Well, the problem then is if you add another bale, now these bucks actually have to be taller, because when we squeeze that bale down, it won't reach the bucks. The idea is that the box beam has to sit on the bucks and the bales have to be squished
Yeah.
all at the same time. That has to happen at the same spot.
So, but
So you
if
can't-
the bales are as the same height as the box beam or the window
The bucks.
the bucks, why? I mean, if they're even with it, why would you have to cut them off?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant cut the bale. I do still have to cut the bale. If we get lucky and we just happen to land exactly at 8 feet, then yes, I wouldn't have to cut the bucks at all.
Okay.
But here's what we're gonna do. So again, I couldn't make a bale that was this tall, right? But I can make a bale, I think, that's about this tall. Basically what I can do is I can take a full bale. Now our bale's standing on their edge. So I can take a bale like this and I'll have to restring, I'll have to retie it, because I'll want basically 2 ties up here and 2 ties down here instead of having 3 ties like this, because I'm gonna cut it right through the middle this way. So to do that, I want to have 2 strings here and 2 strings here. And then I'll cut it right down the middle and it'll come apart, and I'll have a bale that's this tall tied by 2 strings and another bale that's this tall tied by 2 strings. So I'm making a short, I'm not cutting it this way, I'm now cutting it this way. And I couldn't do that to make it this big, but I think I can do it to make it this big.
Okay.
So I want to cut this bale, instead of trimming it this way, I'm actually trying to trim it this way. So I'm trying to draw a line here basically for me to cut on with the chainsaw that I just unplugged. So I've clamped a board on the front and the back basically and just squeezed them into place to give me a rough line here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be close. These are going to go on top and they're going to get squished in place and all that. So I mean, it doesn't have to be dead on, but it has to be pretty good. So I've got 2 straps above the cut and 2 straps, you can't see one because it's covered, but there's 2 straps below. So when I cut through it, there's still 2 straps and 2 straps, 2 strings. So hopefully it'll hold together and not kind of buckle and everything. We'll see about that, but never tried this before. So we're gonna try and make 2 short bales out of this one bale. Let's see if we can do it. It's gonna make a mess.
I think we've established it's messy. It's a messy job. Woo!
That's not a lot of fun, but let's see if it works.
It took 5 minutes just to slice it.
I don't even know if I'm through or not. Oh?
Oh? Oh? Yay!
Well,
Well?
I mean,
Hey, it
I want
looks
to be
pretty
careful with
good.
this because I don't want it to it
Yeah.
might want to do some things, right?
Do some things. Okay.
So I want to be careful with it, but it cut.
All right.
So I have to be a little careful. Got to be delicate. Now,
Delicate.
once it's in place, it'll still do its job, but moving it around, it might want to.
Are you going to be able to climb the ladder with that?
It's going to be tough. Huh. That is.
It looks like it needs to be out that way more. From my angle.
Got it.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I think so, yeah. How's that?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I seriously think maybe we should rent a scaffolding or something. This is too scary.
Take it easy.
Take it easy?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That looks pretty good.
That's not bad, actually.
Wow.
The hardest part, actually, is the fact that I can't move it once I place it. That's kind of annoying because of the rebar sticking up. Now, the other...
I'm holding my breath. It looks pretty good.
Okay.
And you can still tamp it or whatever, right? Like if it's a little uneven.
So, you're filming?
Yeah.
So now, picture, I put a box beam across of some length, right? But ultimately it spans this whole thing, right? It'll be put together in pieces, but it'll be all connected so that it'll be like one. And the idea is now, when the whole thing is covered, and you start to, obviously right now it would sit like this, right? So when you start to pull it down, and it just stops right on here. That's the idea.
That's
I've got
great.
a good 3 or so inches here, which is about how much I think it's going to squeeze.
Awesome.
So I think that's actually pretty good.
And this will be way cheaper than using the rigid foam or whatever, because that was going to be... And that, I think it would be even more work trying to cut those. I don't know.
That cut wasn't perfect, but you know, I can actually, if I want, I can go up to the top of that and kind of, I can shave a little bit or whatever. So I've got a little bit of flexibility. It's not a perfect cut, but I think it's close enough.
Okay.
All right, what do you think?
Awesome.
So that wall's done until the box beam.
Yay.
That's what I need to do. This is the process for everyone.
Great. Hey everybody, thanks for watching.
If you liked what you saw, please hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing or sharing with a friend. And click the bell notification so you never miss any of our videos.
We really appreciate every view and comment. And if you're looking for other ways to support us, please check out the links in the description box.
See you in the next video.